Hi, I'm here with Carla Moore from Swift Creek Elementary School. Carla is the fourth grade math teacher at Swift Creek, and I had the opportunity to go out there this week and I met a bunch of her colleagues, and they're all doing a great job. Specifically, Carla was using Cami to help solve a problem that she had for math instruction. So I'm going to let her talk a little bit about that because it's an awesome idea for the remainder of the school year or however long we're going to be remote.
So hello, like she said, I'm Carla. So Cami is a fantastic tool that allows you to pretty much take any document or PDF or anything that you already have, or you can actually create one as well. And it works through Google Classroom so well. So you sign in, when you sign in, mine's already kind of logged in, but you would sign in with Google. Now you can get a free teacher trial for, I think it's 90 days. And I have been able to get a couple teacher trials throughout the year so that I didn't have to, do the whole teacher account. But what it does is it links right to your Google Drive and your Google Classroom. So one of the things I love about Cami, not from a teaching standpoint, but just from needing, to do things, they have a split and merge tool where you can take a document and from your Google Drive or from your computer and split it up. So I'm gonna pull a Google assignment from my Google Drive and see if I can do that.
So it would be helpful on those big Eureka documents to be able to pull just the exit ticket or just the problem set or something like that.
Yes, and so I've already kind of changed this one into just the problem set, but I can show you how when you download the Learn document from Eureka and Sync, well, I guess I kind of annotated on that one. Let's do a different one. When you do this, it'll allow you to create multiple PDFs of your document and then share it in Google Drive or save it in Google Drive. And one of the best things about it is like I said, you can take one document and you can edit it. You can take a page out if you want to. You can also take multiple documents and merge them together. So right now I'm in the split. All right, so here is the exit ticket. So say I wanted to put the problem set and the exit ticket back together. I can go into merge mode and I can drag it right back up to here. And now I have both documents in the same one document. And then I can export this and I can export it to my own files in my computer. I can just open it as a document in Cami, or I can save it to my Google Drive, which is what I typically do. So this tool specifically just will allow you to take out anything that you don't want in a PDF or put a bunch of PDFs together. So that's the tool that I found that has been awesome, just using Cami like that. But the best part about Cami is that it integrates with Google Classroom. And so here I can create a Google Classroom assignment. And if you notice, it looks very similar to what the assignment tab looks like when you go to create an assignment for Google Classroom. And I'll show you what that looks like on Google Classroom in just a second. But just, like normal, you choose the blocks that you have, you title your assignment, you give the instructions, choose the due date, your schedule, your topic. The big thing here though is to click this button that says add links to open with Cami, because it's going to give the student a button that says open with Cami, and they'll be able to click that and it'll bring them to their Cami interface. Go over to an assignment in Google Classroom. This is just a lesson 21 in Eureka Module 3 that we did. And so what I did was I took the lesson 21 problem set and I put it as a Cami assignment. And so when the kids click open with Cami, their very first time using Cami, they kind of have to sign in with their Google account. But then as soon as they do that, it'll bring them through. When they do it, it brings it right up. For me, because I'm the teacher, it makes me have to choose which one I want. And so then it comes up here. And so this is the Cami interface. And so if you do the teacher trial, or if you do the paid teacher account, it'll give you the access to be able to assign it in Google Classroom, but it gives you access to all of the tools here. One of the things I like the most is that sometimes you have to run what is called an OCR for scanned PDFs, if it's a PDF that you like have scanned in from a book. But what that does is it allows it to find the text in the document so that you can then use the text to speech. And so if you highlight using text,
solve the following problems.
So for our students that need text read alouds, for our students that can benefit from text read alouds, that's a great tool that I've taught my children how to use, because it will read out anything they highlight. They can also highlight a word and look the word up. So this can be used not just in math, but I use it in science as well. And absolutely, you could use it in other subjects. Then they have the markup tool, which is where they can highlight. Now, if you're using a scanned document, like one that you got from a book, you definitely want to go over to the menu and run what is called the OCR. And I don't know what OCR stands for, but it does allow it to get the text so that you can then highlight it. But they're able to highlight and choose the color, just like they would in any other type of annotation document. They can use a box highlighter to highlight, multiple areas on the screen. The strike through and the underline button, self-explanatory. They can also, this is really good for PDFs for ELA. They can comment, they can, put a little text box comment there, and then they can type their own comment. I also use this when I grade students' assignments to give them a comment on like a specific problem. They can do a voice comment, a video comment, and then a screen capture. So they can actually capture their screen while they're working a problem out to show how they're doing this. There's so many ways that can be used across the board for all subjects. One of the things I get my kids to use the most, because their drawing with their handwriting isn't always the best, is the text box tool. So they can come down here and however they need to type a number, if it's 89, they'll type 89. And it's simple as just clicking, and then when they say, let's say I typed 89, if they need to move it, they just kind of hover their mouse and can move it where they want. The equation tool is great for math because it does allow them to put in things. We wouldn't be using any of those, but the division symbol is somewhere in there that we do use often. And then the drawing tool allows them to just kind of draw however they want. I have a lot of students that choose to use the drawing tool, even though I think that, the shapes tool works better when we're trying to do things like area models or just in general, just inserting a line or things like that. But all of these are there. And of course you can change your color and the size of the stroke thickness. The eraser can erase just the drawings and shapes that you make, or everything that you put up there, including the comments and the markups and the text box. The add media allows them to go from Google Drive or an image search, which means they won't even have to go out of the screen that they're on. They can just search up an image that they want, or put in a video that they want to. So I can do this for an assignment. I can, at the beginning of the assignment, type, watch this video first, and the video, and they can watch it without having to leave the tab of the screen. And of course, they've got little things like stickers, so the kids like to use those sometimes. So those are all the tools that they can use to edit a document, and it all saves. And so just like when it's an assignment, it'll have a button up here that says turn in, and I can't show that unless I log in as a kid. But they actually can turn it in from this site in Kami, and it'll turn it in Google Classroom. But they save it here, and so you can save it, and it gives you options. So like my internet right now isn't the fastest, so I would have to make sure it saves, but it does automatically save typically when I'm at school because it's a lot faster. But you can save it you can download it, you can save it to your drive. Typically everything kind of runs through Google Drive since it is infiltrated with Google Drive. And so then when they finish and they turn an assignment in, my favorite part about Kami with Google Classroom is that when I go to a student's assignment, and when you grade an assignment in Google Classroom, it comes up in your little grading assignment place where I've got on the right hand side, I've got where I can put their grade in and their comments. And so I pull this is a student's work with the area models. And as you can see here, the drawing tool isn't always the best, and so we're still working using the shapes tool to help us make straighter shapes, but I can for the most part read what he's got here. And I do give my students the option to take a picture of the work they do in their math book, or to use Kami. I have some students that lost their book or have not come to school to get their books, but I want to make sure that they all have an option to do the work the same way. So when you've got Kami and you've set up Kami with your Google Classroom is connected, it gives you this little box here that says grade with Cami. So normally when you have a PDF that's uploaded, it looks like this. Maybe it's loading. And it'll look like this with just the document, and it's already edited. And so then what I like to do is I click the button that says grade with, I can use the exact same tools that you saw in the document where I have all the shapes tools, the drawing tools, the comment tool, I have all of those. So I can actually go in, and so if say, you know, if he got something wrong, I want to use like a circle to represent what he got, you know, what he might have missed. So I could just drag and circle it, or I could, you know, type a comment, you know, that says something like, go back and revisit this problem, or, you know, things like that. I mean, there's so many ways that you can use this. And you, like I said, you can use it with, sorry, I'm going to make sure I delete that. You can use it with pretty much any type of assignment, any type of doc. But like I said, the best part about it is it goes right into Google Classroom, and it doesn't seem, it's very seamless. It doesn't seem to have any issues on the student's end.
Nice. Well, I love this tool, and I think that anyone in remote learning right now could definitely benefit from this. I know with a 90-day trial, if a teacher got it, say on Monday, it would last them into May sometime. So it would be almost for the end of the school year. And definitely for the portion that we're supposed to be in remote learning, it would last for that. Because I think we have about 6 more weeks of that until March 22nd, unless a different decision's made. But I hope that everyone will reach out to me or Carla if you have any questions about this tool, because I think it would just be life-changing in this situation we're all in. But
Yes,
thank you so much, Carla, for sharing with us, and I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.